There was no manual when I became a mum. There is no manual now to be a mum, and there will never be one. You create it along the way, and you never give up. As long as your focus is to be the best version that you can be for your children, that is only setting them up to be the best versions for themselves. How do you feel when somebody remembers something about you? Do you feel like you have a place with that person? I've learned that one of my girls has been getting bullied at school, and I've been able to actually say, well, why? And have that conversation. How does that make you feel? She didn't really care. But welcome to Krystal Rowe Impact, a space dedicated to empowering you to be the change that your bloodline has been waiting for. Join me, and together, let's inspire change. Welcome back to the Krystal Rowe Impact Podcast. And on this episode, I'm going to talk to you how, as parents, we never get a manual on how to parent. I don't know about you, but I have found parenting one of the most rewarding and one of the most challenging jobs in the world. Now, parenting is a choice, and it is a challenging one. It is a rewarding one. But we don't get told what to do, what not to do. We only have our own personal experience of how our parents raised us. And sometimes that's not how we want to parent. Now, for me, I have 7 beautiful children, and I have many stepchildren. And together, me and my husband raise 8 beautiful children at home, ages between 5 and 11. The challenges I'm facing at the moment have come up for me because I realized that I am the only mother that they have, that I am irreplaceable. And when I realized that my whole purpose was to be a mum, and when I realized that I am the only one that they have, it was like something just rebooted in me. And I realized how important the impact that I have on them now as little children, and how they are going to be able to face this world when they no longer need me to survive, is the most important thing in the world for me at the moment. The time and energy that I am investing and spending on them, getting to know them, understanding them, why they do and operate the way they do, why they think the way that they do. It's so interesting to me. It's so intriguing for me to find out more. And the reason why I want to do that is because I need to connect with them. And truth is that when they no longer need me to survive, and they grow up and they want to leave the nest and go out and have their own homes and families and careers, I want them to be able to come home to me. I want them to know when something goes wrong, that they can call me. I don't want them to think, oh shit, I can't tell mum. I want them to say, I need my mum. And that makes me feel so emotional because it is such a privilege to be the person that these little children need. And I want them to need me in a way where they know that I have their back. They know that I can help them. They know that I will always support them and be there when they need me most. Because at the end of the day, this life is so brutal and this world is so harsh that I want to be their safe space. Because we all need that. We all need that one person or people, a community that we know that we're safe in. And it should be our home. And if you didn't grow up in a home that was safe and it was more like a haunted house than a home, you have the chance to create a beautiful home for your children. And that's just where I'm at the moment. My main focus is getting to know who my children are. And there's a couple of questions that I like to use to connect with my children. And it's quite cute because I've noticed recently that they use those questions back to me. So I always ask, even if my plate is a bit full or there's a lot on, I have a little pocket full of questions. And some of them are, how was your day? I know it sounds crazy and it's so simple, but I asked them, how was your day? And I'm just chuckling to myself now because I'm thinking of my daughter, Zienna, and she always often comes in and she's like, how was your day, Mum? I'm like, good, thank you. Sometimes I say, oh, it was busy and I'm a little bit tired, or I'm honest with my kids. And I'll say to her, how was your day? And she'll say, good, thank you. Thank you for asking. And I'm like, okay, cool. Because you know what? I'll be real with you. A month ago, I didn't often ask them how their day was. But because now I'm making it a priority to become the best mum that I can be, to be the one that they turn to when they need something, it is helping me to connect with them on a deeper level. Some other questions that I ask them is, what made you laugh today? You can ask them, what's your favorite color? Or a really good one, is your favorite color still? And they'll be like, she remembered. Or she knows that about me. Because if you think about it, how do you feel when somebody remembers something about you? Do you feel more important? Do you feel like you have a place with that person? Now, I've noticed that by taking a little bit more time to know them, I've learned that one of my girls has been getting bullied at school. And I've been able to actually say, well, why? And have that conversation. What do you think's going on with that person? Or how does that make you feel? Meh, she didn't really care. But the fact that I now know that there's an issue going on at school, I have the opportunity to check in. And if I didn't take the time to step back and actually say, you know what, I need to be and I want to be a more present parent, if I didn't do that, I wouldn't have had the time or given her the chance and the space to know that she could share with me that information. How many of you as a parent would want to know if your child has been bullied? Because I can guarantee you, by the time they have experienced something at school, 100 other things have happened. So when they get back to you at the end of the day, they might have forgotten that they experienced that, or they may have forgotten that they felt a certain way. So we need to be able to ask these questions, prompt these moments for them to be able to share with you. And for me, I know that it's the best decision that I have made to be a more present mum. I said to my husband when I was in New Zealand, I think I want to retire from work and be a stay-at-home mum. And the anxiety that I had to share that desire, that need, that want to be so more present with my children, to share that with my husband and to be able to create that space to become a stay-at-home mum, and the results from that have been life-changing, not only for me, but for my children. The whole 8 of them now know that mum is home, that I am opening up the door for them to be able to share their good and their bad times with me. There was no manual when I became a mum. There is no manual now to be a mum, and there will never be one, but you create it along the way. And you never give up as long as your focus is to be the best version that you can be for your children. That is only setting them up to be the best versions for themselves. And that's the best gift that we can give our kids and ourselves. And if you need a little bit of help getting to that point, getting to that realization, or creating a life where you are able to have more time freedom, then head over to our website, reach out on our social medias. There's a link in the show notes, and I can help you to create time freedom, a life by design, and to help you to be the best version of yourself so you can show up for your children so that they can be the best versions of themselves. So if you like this episode, make sure you leave us a 5-star review. And again, remember to reach out if you need support. See you on the next episode.